Mrs. Brown thinks that fatness runs in families and can't be helped. As a matter of fact, there is some truth in this, as it's been found that with one fat parent, half the children tend to be overweight, and with both parents fat, nearly all the children are. There's all the more reason for Mrs. Brown not to make things worse by stuffing her family with a stodgy meal like this. The trouble often starts as a baby, and food is our joy, and mother's arms our refuge. So we identify eating with pleasure and security, to our cost later on. Most mothers want to do all they can for their babies, and a weekly gain in weight seems proof of success, though a plump one doesn't thrive any better than a lean one. A nervy mother may try to show affection through food. She may try to force it to show her love. Some mothers add an extra spoonful or two of sugar, just to make sure. But it's horribly easy to give too much carbohydrate in the feed. Lollies are often used to keep babies quiet. Mothers in a hurry may cut down babies' exercise, and trouble starts. Poor, lonely Valerie comes from a broken home. She has dragged behind the others slowly back from school because she's never really happy in the house with her mother. She dearly loved her vain, handsome father. When he left home for good, she began eating chocolate to console herself. Now she can hardly leave the stuff alone.
Your tea's waiting, Valerie, and mind you wash up. I'm going out.
When will you be home, Mum?
I don't know. Look at you, growing out of your clothes again. Oh, for Pete's sake, stop eating chocolate.
Without help, she'll be handicapped for life. Like other fat girls, she'll have to buy outsized dresses. She'll be left on her own at dances. She'll be too embarrassed to undress at the swimming pool, and will grow into a fat, breathless woman like Mrs. Brown. All this should have been tackled earlier. Jimmy Grant is young enough. He enjoys the food his mother gives him, but she's fat as well, though Mr. Grant and the younger boy are slim.
Tom, eat it up.
Can't.
If you don't eat, you'll never grow big and strong like our Jimmy. Go along, eat it up. Wasting good food.
Oh, sorry, Mum, I forgot.
What's that then?
The school doctor says Jim is putting on too much weight and I'm to take him to be examined. He's just well built, that's all.
They're right, love. He is fat.
They've made an appointment for us. I haven't the time.
The doctor said so, love, so you better go.
As you may have guessed, Jimmy became one of my patients. I noted his height and took his weight. Then, with calipers, I measured the layer of fat under his skin. I found he was fully 30% overweight, much too heavy.
There's nothing wrong, is there, Doctor?
He's much too fat, and he'll damage his health if he gets any fatter.
Could it be his glands?
Making him fat?
Yes.
No, that's hardly ever the cause, and it certainly isn't in this case. He's a perfectly normal boy, but you know he eats too much for his particular needs. He'll have to have a diet.
Isn't it just puppy fat, Doctor?
No, that's not it.
What is it, then?
Unless your boy stops overeating and takes more exercise, he'll grow into a fat man who carries a lot of extra weight round with him wherever he goes. That puts a strain on his heart and lungs, and he may not live as long as he should.
Couldn't you give him tablets, Doctor?
Their effects would only be temporary. No, it'll have to be a diet, I'm afraid.
My husband eats everything I give him. How can he keep so slim? I wish I could.
He must be one of the lucky ones whose appetite and energy are naturally balanced.